The automotive history is truly intriguing. Have you ever wondered why the Oldsmobile Cutlass was so popular? What made this car so appealing that it was one of the best-selling vehicles in the United States throughout the 1970s and early 80s? Prepare to discover the reasons for Oldsmobile Cutlass's immense popularity and how it became a revered classic. Oldsmobile was a brand of American automobiles manufactured throughout most of history by General Motors. Ransom E. Mould founded the Olds Motor Vehicle Company in 1897, and the company produced over 35 million automobiles, including at least 14 million at its Lansing, Michigan factory. Oldsmobile was a division of General Motors that fell in the center of the company's 5-passenger car divisions. It was also known for its groundbreaking innovations and designs. Oldsmobile's annual sales peaked at more than 1 million from 1983 to 1986, but by the 1990s, the division was facing increasing competition from luxury import brands, and sales were progressively declining. When it closed in 2004, Oldsmobile was the oldest surviving American vehicle brand and one of the world's oldest, trailing only Peugeot, Renault, Fiat, and Opel. Oldsmobile was the best-selling vehicle company in the United States for a few years between 1903 and 1904. Ransom Olds departed the company in 1904 due to a disagreement with sales manager Frederick L. Smith, who was questioning manufacturing procedures and required Mr. Olds to certify that each car that left the plant was defect-free. Mr. Smith then established an experimental engineering shop without Mr. Olds' knowledge or agreement, prompting Mr. Olds to depart in 1904 and form the REO Motor Car Company. This was comparable to the position that Henry Ford faced when he was forced to leave the company he formed, the Henry Ford Company and the Ford Motor Company, in 1903. In the car industry, the term phenomenon is commonly used to refer to the Oldsmobile Cutlass. Barring an unforeseen event, the General Motors Corp Intermediate will be named the best-selling model in calendar 1976, easily outselling its nearest challenger, the full-size Chevrolet. Oldsmobile General Deputy Sales Manager John M. Fleming stated, "It's going to end up the year as the #1 nameplate in the industry for sure. This will be a first for many intermediate vehicle." Cutlass sales in the first 10 days of December were 488,500, or nearly 54,000 more than the large Chevrolet, according to Fleming. "I don't think they can perform a miracle in 20 days, he said. Except for a dip in the difficult year of 1974, Cutlass sales have been consistently increasing for over 5 years. At the same time, the car's share of overall intermediate new car sales in the United States increased from 13.9% in 1971 to nearly 18% of the substantially larger number of intermediates sold today. Beginning with the September launch of the downsized Pontiac large cars, sales of the Cutlass and other GM intermediate vehicles have been extensively monitored today. GM's new 1977 large cars, such as the Chevrolet Impala and Oldsmobile Delta 88, are nearly the same size as their intermediates, the Chevelle and Cutlass. They have approximately the same curb weight, overall length, and wheelbase. They even get the same MPG. However, the larger vehicles have significantly more inside space and have been restyled. Furthermore, the price difference between GM's intermediates and full-size automobiles remain unchanged, which disappointed some of GM's competitors. Fleming acknowledges that the introduction of the smaller full-size Delta 88 was expected to decrease Cutlass sales slightly, but it sure doesn't look like that now, he admitted. Given the few differences between the Cutlass and GM's other intermediates, the Chevelle, Le Mans, and Century, the car's continued popularity is a mystery. For example, the Chevelle is available from a much larger number of dealers. When asked what's driving the car's success, Fleming gives a range of factors. A lot of the rationale is that over time, a lot of people have downsized from the classic family-sized huge Ford and Chevrolet to intermediates. They found that they could buy an Oldsmobile for not much more than the Ford or Chevrolet, he went on to say. The Oldsmobile name is a step forward, and they're pleased with the change, he said. Also, Oldsmobile pays real good attention to quality, and unlike some other divisions, it hasn't changed the names of its intermediates. The Cutlass had a dismal start in the early 1960s, and for much of the decade, it was overshadowed by its A-body counterparts, the Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu and the Pontiac Tempest Le Mans GTO. It wasn't until the early 70s that it began its spectacular rise. The first Oldsmobile Cutlass was a 1954 show car, a plastic-bodied fastback with a louvered rear window and dramatic fins. It was named after the United States Navy's Vaughn F-7U Cutlass fighter, which entered squadron service about the time the show car debuted. A Vaughn F-7U-3 Cutlass flies over the carrier USS Coral Sea in November 1952. The F-7U was first envisaged in 1945 and underwent numerous important redesigns before entering active service in 1954. Carrier trials, which proved to be a major headache for the Cutlass, were not finished until well after this photo was taken. By the late 1950s, the Oldsmobile brand was best defined by what it was not as sporty as the new Pontiacs, luxurious as a Buick, or prestigious as a Cadillac. An Oldsmobile was a large, gentle, conservative vehicle geared at middle-class buyers who were uninterested in performance or ostentation. To summarize, the Oldsmobile Cutlass was a very popular vehicle that drew a significant number of consumers for a variety of convincing reasons. Its reputation for dependability, comfort, and performance made it a popular choice among customers searching for a safe and comfortable driving experience. The Cutlass was also commended for its affordability, with a lower price point than comparable vehicles in its class. One of the main reasons for the Oldsmobile Cutlass's appeal was its adaptability. The Cutlass was available in a variety of body types, including coupe, sedan, and station wagon, and it appealed to a diverse spectrum of clients with varying preferences and demands. Whether purchasers want a fashionable coupe, a functional sedan, or a capacious wagon, the Cutlass has something for everyone. Another key factor contributing to the Oldsmobile Cutlass's attractiveness was its reputation for toughness and longevity. Many owners claimed that their Cutlass vehicles survived for many years with regular care, making it a dependable long-term investment for people looking for a vehicle with longevity. The Oldsmobile Cutlass was also recognized for its safety measures, which were considered advanced for the time. The Cutlass provided buyers with peace of mind on the road by including technologies such as airbags, anti-lock brakes, and traction control. The Oldsmobile Cutlass was a star in its class, providing a winning combination of dependability, performance, and safety. Its ability to cater to a diverse spectrum of clients with varying wants and tastes helped to its enormous popularity, establishing it as a timeless classic that vehicle aficionados still fondly remember today. Overall, the Oldsmobile Cutlass remains a hallmark of American automotive creativity, as well as proof of the mid-size sedan segment's lasting popularity. And that's all the information on Oldsmobile Cutlass that you require. However, the adventure is far from over. We have a ton more engaging content in store for you, covering every subject under the sun. To stay informed, confirm that you've subscribed and press that notification bell. Share your theories in the section's comment area.